This is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Jet DeLorean podcast here on the Sports Jedi Network. I am BX Sports Jedi Kev. It is Super Bowl Sunday, and it's Happy Jets Groundhog Day. Why do you say that, Jedi? Because it's every year after year after year. As long as I've been a Jet fan, it's always, oh man, every time it comes around Super Bowl Sunday, I sit there and I contemplate and I ask myself, what it would feel like on a Sunday at 4 o'clock as I'm recording this? What does it feel like if the Jets were ready to tip off 2 hours from now? How would your emotions, your excitement, how would you be feeling right now? Would you host a Super Bowl party? Would your guests get here on time? Do you have the right chicken wings, ranch, blue cheese, all that nonsense? Every year, and I've decked out my house in green. How am I going to act when they win the Super Bowl? Do I have to have a 911 ambulance at hand? And year after year, the Jets disappoint us. Right now, they're on a major Super Bowl drought, 56 years and counting, playoff drought over a decade plus. And this owner, and I haven't reacted to all the hiring, and I stopped to watch them. I haven't reacted to the hiring of the general manager, the new head coach. To me, it sums it up. This organization continues to do Groundhog Day things. The Bill Murray movie, no matter what it is, different time of year. I know Joe Bedingo always said it. You could change the proxy facility, you could change the uniforms, you always get the same results. He's kind of right. You know, we moved from Hofstra to Florham Park. Oh, how Florham Park is a state-of-the-art location. They have Michelin-starred chefs that cooks to order, but we get the same damn results. The owner does the same crap every 3 to 5 years. He hires a new coach who's has no head coaching ability or no resume, who has never been a head coach before, rookie head coach, which Aaron Glenn might be a good head coach. I'm not saying that Aaron Glenn is going to be a terrible head coach, but you bring a rookie head coach with a rookie general manager who's going to learn how to pick the groceries for the very first time. What does he know about scouting? Is this a John Izek hiring again? At least with John Izek, you had a head coach in Rex Ryan who kind of got some results and knew how to lead men. And Aaron Glenn might be that same. To me, it's Groundhog Day. I'm seeing, I know he's under the Bill Parcells tree, Sean Payton tree, coming from Detroit. Makes me wonder, are we copying? It's like repeating itself like Groundhog's Day. A coach who's a defensive coordinator, who's going to be the first time head coach. He's bringing in a rookie offensive coordinator in here. Now, Jay Glazer's reporting today that they met with Aaron Rodgers. They're moving on from Aaron Rodgers. That's a $49 million cap hit. You think Tyrod Taylor, who can't even get past 3/4 of a football game without getting injured, you're going to have him there? And this draft class that's coming up in NFL quarterbacks, listen, no one knows about the NFL quarterbacks, if they're good or not, because if that was the case, Tom Brady would have been drafted in the first round, not 6th round. I understand Dak Prescott, 4th round, so-and-so, Russell Wilson, yada, yada. We know that. But does it trust you to get this young, inexperienced general manager and coach to scout and look and have an eye for talent to find a quarterback in the third, let's say the third, let alone the first round, where they're contemplating there's maybe just one quarterback in this draft that might be NFL ready. There's doubts on Shedeur Sanders, and you're telling me now Dart, who might be there, or whoever the names are out there for quarterback, and so you're bringing another rookie quarterback in here. Where have I heard this story? Rookie quarterback with a rookie head coach, rookie offensive coordinator, where a team with a fan base who's a little bit itchy and impatient, that hasn't been in the postseason over 13 plus years, going to 15. Hasn't won a Super Bowl in 56 years. Exactly. Here's the caveat that I felt like I'm getting kicked in my nads. I'm watching a player that, let's face it, he was a bust for us on the offensive line, Mekhi Becton. Where is he? He's about to start in the Super Bowl as an offensive tackle. Yeah, Mekhi Becton, maybe a change of scenery was good. Why is it that every player that doesn't excel well, they need to change the scenery from New York City? Everybody. Can we hold accountable the coaching? Where is the offensive line coaches? Where is the coaching in a sport where coaching matters? You need coaching. Where's the accountability of the offensive line coach and the quarterback coach and the all of this? Where is it? Because for some reason they go elsewhere and they start all of a sudden they become good enough to take their team to the Super Bowl. Hassan Reddick, we were fleeced. That was a stupid move. Where is Brees Huff? He's playing in the Super Bowl today. Yes, when we should have not got rid of Brees Huff. I understand money cap, all that stuff. Find a way. We again inability to do stupid moves. Woody Johnson wants to interfere and spend money, and you could say he wants to win, and he puts the money in the wrong places. He puts money in the wrong places. He should have not got involved on Joe Douglas getting involved on the Hassan Reddick deal. You should have not got involved in January when there was a trade in meddling. You want to spend money? Go get the best coaching staff for your head coach. If your head coach wants so and so as an offensive coordinator, spend the money. Make sure that give him an offer he can't refuse. There's no salary cap in coaching. In a league that coaching is, you could say, besides the quarterback, is the next most important thing in the franchise. You need players, absolutely, but you need the coaches to coach the players. You got all this uber talent, but if they're out there with chickens without a head, without a game plan, without what place to go at what time, and putting your players in the right position to execute the plays, it means shit. It means nothing. So if you're spending all this money with a Johnson, spend the money on these offensive coordinators so they don't have to go running for a head coaching job. Make it an offer where you know what, I'm going to take the money and go to New York and coach because they're paying well. They want to win. And I'm going to put my talents better position. Spend the money on the coaching. Get yourself a hell of an offensive coordinator who knows who's going to call the right plays and it's going to utilize the right talent, who's going to design on offense no matter who the hell is the quarterback. Not this, hey, listen, I understand you wanted to go buddy and bring Nathaniel Hackett here for Rodgers, but it showed that Hackett couldn't adjust, couldn't even make an offense around Zach Wilson. He couldn't make an adjustment. His only thing was to Aaron Rodgers. You need an offensive coordinator who's innovative, who could design an offense for the players you have there, similar to a chef who could cook whatever ingredients you give him is potatoes, carrots, sweet potatoes. He's going to make something out of that dish. You need coordinators who's going to be innovative, who's going to be creative, who's going to make this. And you need a head coach who's going to delegate. And I think Aaron Glenn is going to delegate correctly. But when you got rookie head coaches, and I understand maybe why you get rid of Rodgers because he might be the alpha veteran and doesn't want to be told what to do. But you put yourself in that corner at $49 million. You had to bring Rodgers back. To be honest with you, he's the best opportunity to try to win, especially when you have a Wilson as your wide receiver. You have Jermaine Johnson. You have a lot of good players still in their core. So what are we going to wait for? The rookie quarterback is going to come in here, or we're going to have stopgap bozo, go lose a couple of games again, waste another year of these guys' prime, and then we're going to get to we can't sign everybody. And then goodbye, Jermaine Johnson. Or goodbye, Quinton Williams. When we have guys that could be defense who could help us win. I don't get their game plan. Another rebuild. But meanwhile, you're asking your ticket holders to spend a little more money because you're raising the ticket prices when you haven't given them ugats of a winning season. Kudos to you guys, all our fellow Jet fans who buy, who are diehards, who buy the PLE, the personal seat licensing, going to parking to go to MetLife. to make that an event, to go out there, to go support the team. Myself, League Pass is not NFL Sunday ticket is not cheap. It's uber expensive. And the reason why you want to purchase it, because I want to see my Jets on Sunday. I don't want to change the channel and go watch another football team play. I want to see the Jets play. I want to see the Jets be competitive and win football games. I know you're not gonna go undefeated. You're not gonna win every game. But my golly, when we're gonna have a season to remember. Not to just end the season. You know what that is? Hey, I live in Florida. I live in Orlando. I live in Florida. When your season is over, Jets, there's still things for me to do outside and outdoors and enjoy. I can go fishing. I can go do all this other stuff. But when it comes to football, I like to see the Jets play. I want to see the Jets play. I don't want the season to be over before Halloween. Because then the mask, the scary mask that you could wear on Halloween is the Jet jersey. Seriously, because they're that scary, terrible. Something has to change with this organization, the thinking process. We're not changing the owners. I don't see any billionaire wanting to buy the Jets from Woody Johnson, and Woody Johnson's is uber stubborn to sell it. So we're stuck with the owners. We're stuck with the Johnson and Johnson ownership. I don't see any hope. I really don't see any hope with this organization. I don't see where it's going to trend positive, because when the Aaron Glenn regime starts kicking in and starts seeing results, it might be the third year. And guess what? Aaron Glenn might be on the hot seat. And then they might lose a tough game where they'll make a mistake. Similar to Todd Bowles, who was supposed to get the team ready for that Buffalo game with Fitzpatrick, and they didn't make the postseason, and they made a change. And I'm not going to stand here and say Todd Bowles was supposed to be this all end-all head coach that's going to take the Jets to Super Bowl or in a deep playoff run. We all know Todd Bowles wasn't really a good head coach here. He's winning with Tampa. He's making the most of it. But again, it's the same thing. When Todd Bowles came in here, rookie first-time defensive coordinator as a head coach, they love doing the same repeat mistakes, rinse and repeat. The definition of insanity, and it's trying to expect the same results. They bring the defensive coordinator, and again, Aaron Glenn. This is not about me protesting on Aaron Glenn, but when you had Super Bowl head coaches out there, former winning Super Bowl head coaches, and you didn't bring Pete. Personally, I didn't want Pete Carroll. I'm going to be totally honest with you. I did not want Pete Carroll. I think he's old. He's 70-something. He's a young 70. He's still at that age. He's going to be here for 2 to 3 years. And I know you need to stabilize the franchise and all that stuff. You had a Mike McCarthy got fired. Bring him in here. Have a conversation with a Mike McCarthy. Have that conversation. Bring this Belichick, who said, and again, I know Belichick trashed my organization for so long, but he said that the Jets refuse. When the Jets are in a position to refuse a Super Bowl head coach from Bill Belichick, winning head coach, you at least entertain the conversation and hear what he's had to say. What does he think? Sometimes you need a little constructive criticism come your way to see why you've been a losing franchise, how he could fix it. Then you make your decision. Not even taking a meeting, or it's comical. You got Gruden out there. I would have not gotten John Gruden either. But my point is, you still make those conversations. You have those talks to talk to these former Super Bowl winning head coaches in the building. You want to see, it's like getting a reflection in the mirror on what's going on in your organization. What you've been doing for many years now hasn't worked. I'm glad that they weren't desperate enough to hire Rex Ryan. I think you've been there, done that with Rex. Rex brought some great memories, the last good memories in this organization. But you know what? It's past its time. And I'm glad they didn't go that route. And I know you're probably saying, well, who the hell you wanted as head coach? I be honest with you, I'm not going to say who I wanted, because they never got interviewed. They never got that opportunity, to have that conversation. I think Aaron Glenn would have been is still the better candidate of all. Brian Flores would have been another candidate I would have liked. But he has that attitude. Brian Flores is a Brooklyn native, born and raised in New York. He understands to have thick skin to coach. Whatever happened with Tua, he learned. Like one thing that the American people or any love in a redemption story, Brian Flores could have been a redemption story, but you had to bring himself a hell of an offensive coordinator with someone with some experience. I wish Aaron Glenn would have had an offensive coordinator, Frank Reich. That would have been awesome. I like that Wilks is his defensive coordinator who has some head coach experience. Was part of that 49er defensive coordinator system where you got some Rob Saleh guys who played that 49er type of defense. I think the defense is going to be pretty good for the Jets. Again, they got talent on their roster. They're going to be good, but then it's going to go down again. I'm going to see this story. I'm going to see this movie again. Rookie head coach, rookie quarterback who's going to be underperforming, underwhelming, where we're going to have a couple of games where we could be winning, and he's just going to throw a pick, or he's just not ready. He's going to get fleeced. We're going to get, and then another season where the defense is going to try to carry the team to maybe 6 to 7 wins, not getting another good draft pick, being in the mid part of the draft, in, I guess, the no man's land. You could get good players, don't get me wrong, but talk about franchise changing players like a quarterback. You won't be able because where you're at. And it's copy and paste, rinse and repeat, Groundhog Day. And then once again, the Super Bowl comes around, and I'm going to be here sitting and waiting and wondering, man, I wish next year the Jets will be in this game. I wonder how it feels. I wonder how it will feel to see the Jets, when all eyes will be on the Jets and somebody in the NFC for the Super Bowl. Wow. Who's going to, this time around, I don't have to wait about the commercials or who's going to sing the halftime. I'm actually going to see my team play. I don't think that's happening for a way long time. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm so wrong. I hope that everything, this is the type of crow that it will be so enjoyable to eat, that the Jets make a fool and make the impossible possible. Because we're waiting. I'm waiting. I've been waiting. Never seen them in the Super Bowl. Never seen them play. How many times I see NFL films? How many times I can see Joe Namath and the yada yada and all that stuff? I got to and want to see this team win. But let's start first with a winning season. I'm going baby steps. I'm not even asking Super Bowl. I want a winning season first. Can we have a winning season? 9-8. Then we'll worry about the playoff drought. Give me a 9-8. Can we win? Can we have a winning season? That's all we ask here on this Super Bowl Sunday. So enjoy the rest of the Super Bowl. Enjoy the Super Bowl festivity. This is BX Sports Jedi Kev for the Jets All Over podcast. This is the way. Hopefully, we could change the way. See you next time. May the sports be with you.
This is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way.